Awakening in a world that eats itself. When you become sober enough to look at the world without being sedated by beautiful words, you begin to see a truth that is brutally cold. Every society, from the dawn of history until now, operates on one fundamental mechanism: consumption of one another. What changes is not the rule, only the disguise. The poor consume animals and plants to survive. The wealthy consume time, trust, and labor of the poor to maintain power. This is not a moral failure, it is a natural law. The strong absorb the energy of the weak the way the sky absorbs water vapor, to keep the cycle moving. The myth of moral purity. Morality becomes sacred only in the world of the powerless. When a person loses the ability to change reality, they begin to invent illusions to comfort themselves. Morality, justice, fairness. Words that sound holy often become shields for helplessness. The weak talk about morality not because they are good, but because they are afraid. There are no pure snowflakes. There are no clean winners. There are only those strong enough to remain standing amid blood and tears. The illusion of purity exists only in the minds of those who have the within themselves. Who the world really belongs to. This world does not belong to those who merely speak of righteousness. It belongs to those who are awake enough to hold power without losing conscience. Morality does not save the weak. Knowledge does not kill the strong. Only the conscious can preserve real humanity in a game where everyone is consuming and being consumed. Welcome to a reality society does not want you to see. Civilization smells like blood. Every civilization, no matter how glorious, carries the scent of blood and the echoes of submission. From the pyramids of Egypt to modern skyscrapers of glass and steel, human history has always been built from two materials: the labor of the weak and the ambition of the strong. When you observe long enough, all sermons about cooperation and human unity start to feel hollow. Society is not a big family striving toward goodness. It is an ecosystem of predators and prey. Every smile hides teeth. Every compliment rehearses a hunt. From swords to contracts. In ancient times, people slaughtered each other with swords. Today, the blade has been replaced by contracts, reputations, morality, and tailored suits. Before, the strong consumed flesh. Now, the wealthy consume time, energy, and illusion. A worker sells 8 hours of life every day just to buy a meal. That exchange is no different from an ancient hunt, only sanitized. Monetization did not erase predation. It refined it, legalized it, wrapped it in words like development, contribution, and ethics. The polite language of hunting. Perhaps every social norm we worship is merely a polite language for predation, so the weak don't realize they're being consumed, and the strong can eat in silence under the mask of virtue. Society, no matter how much moral makeup it wears, still runs on a primitive rule: eat or be eaten. The strong no longer use claws, they use structures of power, contracts, and belief. Those at the bottom sell fragments of their time, strength, and fragile hope just to stay alive. Those at the top buy all that to maintain control. No one is innocent. We all consume something to exist. Awareness is the only difference. The difference lies in awareness. The strong know they are consuming. The weak tell themselves they are simply living honestly. Look around. A corporation pays low wages but calls itself a family. That's consumption through sweet words. An influencer preaches simple happiness while living off envy and desire. They consume emotion. A politician claims to serve the people while buying power with fear and division. They consume trust. What we call social exchange is simply a banquet with tablecloths and smiles. Why morality was invented? When humans lose the power to change reality, they invent morality to lull themselves into believing they still have control. Peace, fairness, kindness, words sanctified to soothe impotence. The weak fear violence, so they worship peace. They fear ambition, so they praise contentment. They fear loss, so they rename stagnation as serenity. Morality becomes not truth, but psychological armor. They believe if everyone believes in goodness, the strong will stop eating them. But the world does not operate on prayers. It runs on force, intelligence, and energy. Two types of moral preachers. There are two types of people who preach morality the loudest. The first are the hypocritically virtuous, highly intelligent. They know the masses need moral anchors to avoid panic, so they weaponize morality. Politics uses it to rule. Religion uses it to discipline. Media uses it to manipulate emotion. They set moral boundaries for others while acting far beyond those boundaries themselves. The second are the desperate and powerless. They speak of morality not because they are good, but because they are terrified. They use ethics as a shield to hide their weakness. Both talk about goodness. Few understand where real goodness lies. True goodness is not in slogans. It is in awareness at the moment of choice. Those who are genuinely good don't need to preach. They understand consequences. The weak speak endlessly of goodness because they cannot bear the truth that they are not strong enough to be dangerous and responsible. Knowledge is the real threat. Morality does not destroy societies. Fear of knowledge does. When an idea is strong enough to dismantle illusions, the weak label it dangerous, immoral, inhuman. Because knowledge shines light where people are most afraid. The truth that they are not victims, but accomplices to their own ignorance. The strong understand morality. They don't hate it, they use it. They know rules are necessary for order, but never mistake rules for intelligence. The weak hide behind morality to escape responsibility. The knife metaphor. Knowledge is a knife. The healer uses it to save lives. The murderer uses it to kill. The weak scream, "Put the knife away, it's dangerous." And so they live unarmed, terrified, disconnected from their own power. The world doesn't collapse because of evil people. Evil simply follows the rule of consumption. The world collapses because good people are too afraid to wield power. The two-layer game. Society operates on two layers. On the surface, a stage of morality, compassion, and justice. Behind the curtain, a system where the weak build moral walls to feel safe, and the strong use those walls as cages. Morality was created to protect humans, yet becomes the mental chain that keeps them powerless. The weak don't lack intelligence, they know their limits, but instead of rising, they paint limitation as virtue. I'm poor but clean. I'm weak but moral. It sounds noble, but it is surrender in disguise. The endless cycle. When the weak gain power, They often repeat the same tactics. Every revolution births a new ruling class. Why? Because humans speak of goodness, but remain bound to the instinct to consume. The end of the game is not about winning, it is about awareness. The truly wise do not reject morality, nor do they worship it. They understand when to play by the rules and when to step beyond the board. Final awakening. The world has never belonged to blindly kind people. It belongs to those who are awake, those who can hold a blade without losing their soul. They know morality keeps society from collapsing, but they refuse to wear it as chains. They do not fear darkness,